Hey, my village, it's your coach Moan. So, as I'm out at the lake, I was just thinking, ain't the water beautiful? But that's not the point. As a parent coach, oftentimes I get asked the question of like, what do you do when you're like a single parent and your child expresses to you that they miss the other parent, and you and the other parent don't quite have like a coexisting type of relationship? What do you tell your kid? And I always explain that of course your kid is going to miss the other parent. Whatever you and the other parent got going on ain't got nothing to do with the kid. And this is why, as a parent coach who teach parents how to co-parent and coexist, why it's so important to build and have at least a friendship where you would be able to have that connection where you can at least call or let the kid call the other parent and they will actually answer the phone. And you can express to them like, hey, like I do that with my son dad. When he misses him, I'm like, hey, your son miss you. Can you call him whenever you're available? He would text, okay, I'll call him right now. And they text or whatever, they call, they FaceTime, whatever, or they play video games together every Saturday. But I'm not gonna get mad because my son misses dad. In fact, recently my son was like, hey mom, like I'm not like in California. We only been here about maybe 2.5 months. He was like, I'm not feeling California. We not moving back to Vegas after being there for 8 years. But he said, can I just go move and live with my dad in Texas? At least finish out the school year there. So I said, sure. I called his dad like, hey, he's saying he wants to come live with you. Is that okay? We've done this before. My son was probably like 9 years old when we traded places because I was like, I need a break. I raised him by myself for all these years. So when we were living in the same state, we both were living in Vegas right before the pandemic. I was like, okay, he's coming to live with you full time and I'll get him on the weekend and you enroll him in school by your house. And it worked. My son enjoyed it. We did that for like a whole school year. And then his dad moved to Texas. So now he's like, I miss my dad. He's 13. He's about to be 14 in January. He needs his dad. He's in that teenage year. I don't understand what's going on with him with the hormones and stuff like that as a teenager because I'm not a male. I was one of the oldest and me and my sister are the only girls and we had our brothers, but we can't understand what they went through puberty and stuff like that. But his dad will, and they have that kind of relationship where I tell him, you can, if you're not comfortable talking to me, you can talk to your dad, talk to my boyfriend, whoever. So he's at that stage where that's what he do. So I'm like, sure, we'll make arrangements. Called his dad. We arranged for him to go once the semester in December when they go on their holiday break. And he's going to go live with them. Texas is not that far from California. I could take a quick flight, 2-hour flight, to visit him every other weekend. But it's important for you and the other parent to be adult enough to at least have a communication where you would be able to express to them like, hey, even if they're not reaching out voluntarily, because not all the time his dad call. He don't got to talk to me. My son has his own phone. So he don't have to talk to me. I don't have to know what they talk about. He can call him whenever he want. He have full access. It don't have nothing to do with me. And I don't have no hate or anything for him. We were childhood best friends. So why would I be mad that my son missed him? I missed my dad when I was younger, but he lived 4 blocks away. So I was able to just go to his house. My mom never kept me away from my dad. So I never had that toxic kind of seen that toxic parenting relationship between parents besides people that I help coach. But it's very important to leave that communication open for the other parent to have access to their child, because these kids will develop abandonment issues and separation anxiety because they miss the other parent and they feel like they're going to get in trouble because they're expressing that to the primary parent. And they shouldn't feel that way. They shouldn't feel like they have to hide the way they feel about their father or their mother, because there are single fathers. I know quite a few of them, because y'all have issues. The kids shouldn't even know that y'all have issues, first off. If my mom ever had a problem with my dad, I didn't know, because my relationship with him has always been good. So please, 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 I beg of you, please help these kids stay connected with the other parent. Don't force it. If they miss them, they miss them. But don't try to force the relationship, because I see that happening as well. And that's not good. You don't want to force the kid to have a relationship with the other parent. Let it happen naturally. Just when they ask, contact the person. If they're not answering the phone because they're not talking to you, like text them, email them, however you need to communicate to them. Not in a toxic way, not in a demanding way. You need to call your child. No, don't do that. Just have an adult conversation. Say, hey, I noticed they're misbehaving in school. That's what happened with my son. He started acting a fool when I went to my residency. He had to stay with my sister by himself. But it concerned me. Even though I know he wanted to move with his dad and he missed his dad, I'm like, why are you acting out in school? But I knew it had to be a reason behind it. And then he's like, yeah, I miss my dad. And he only act out when he misses dad, he's hangry, or he's tired. So I know the 3 signs of when his behavior change. So just pay attention to your kids. They'll still show signs. People be like, my kid is crazy, they acting a fool. Try to figure out what that's about. Because one thing I could tell you, with my psychology background and background as a coach, that kids don't do nothing for no reason. There's always a reason behind what they do. So this end of the year, these last 2 months of the year, I'll be doing my I'm the Parent, You're the Child program. And it talks about the behavior, how you can handle it, and things like that. So if you're interested, please book a free breakthrough call. And until next time, Coach Mo out.